I keep going back to the Patriots because something else that showed up yesterday in the Boston Herald, the Patriots haven't received a serious offer for the third pick. The offers they've gotten are laughable.
But the Giants are trying to trade up, right? These are the things I've connected to go, bullshit. I'm not sure I believe all of this stuff, right? That's where the Giants are trying to trade up, but New England hasn't gotten an offer. What? It's on the same day.
The Vikings are the ones.
Right,
yeah.
right. But it was the same day that report came out. Like, what?
And the way it was framed is the Giants are considering trying, not that they've tried yet. They're waiting for the right moment, supposedly.
Right.
And thank you for cutting off at 2. Usually when you start,
you should say 3.
1,
right.
You give us 3.
Right.
I guess there's a rhythm, there's a symmetry, there's a harmony. Things happen in 3s, but thank you for not saying it a third time yet. So, I just think at the end of the day, this is Robert Kraft, Jonathan Kraft business transaction. This is leveraging the situation. This is knowing the Vikings are desperate. This is putting the thumb on the scale. This is all smart. This is all smart.
I hear you, right.
And at the end of the day, let's think about this. Robert Kraft, who is very aware of the 20 years that they had Tom Brady and what that meant. And he's very aware of what it's been since then. And he's very aware of what they need to do to try to get their team back to a level of playoff contention. They're not even in playoff content. Playoffs, they have a lot of holes on the roster. At the end of the day, if you're Robert Kraft, are you taking the unproven commodity who had a worse senior year than junior year at number 3 in Drake Maye, or are you taking all the other stuff you can get for Drake Maye, for the right to take Drake Maye, if it's the 6th overall pick, plus other stuff, if the Giants are the ones who try to make the move, the 11th overall pick, plus a lot of other stuff, if the Vikings are the ones who make the move. I just think the business decision here, unless you have access to a crystal ball or, the sports almanac that Biff stole from Marty and Back to the Future, and you can see what's going to happen and what Drake Maye is going to become, you're going with quantity. You're going with more lottery tickets. You're going with more opportunities, and you're also not putting this kid in position where he's going to be expected to live up to the legacy of Tom Brady. It's still too early to put someone in that spot. They can make all the noise they want about it to drive up the price of the pick. But I think at the end of the day, Robert Kraft is not going to feel comfortable saying, let's let Drake Maye try to beat Tom Brady.
No.
Let's try to get a team that is competent to qualify for the playoffs. And remember how Tom Brady came to be. He didn't have this emergence like, hey, I'm Tom Brady. He was just one of the guys.
Yes.
For the first several years, really pre-2007, he was just kind of one of the guys. And over time, he developed and emerged. And just like we talked about the experiences that would cause someone to say, hey, I see something in Roma Doomsday that I can't quantify. I think Robert Kraft, with his 20 years of Tom Brady, can say at the end of the day, I believe, based upon everything I've experienced and seen, that we shouldn't put all of our eggs in the Drake Maye basket. It's not fair to him to put him in that position and expect him to beat Tom Brady.
No, I would agree with that. I would agree. And listen, oddly enough too, right? And I've said this to people. If there's a guy that reminds me of Tom Brady in this draft and the way he is and charismatic, it's the guy that's coming from Michigan. He's got the Tom Brady $1 million smile. He's handsome. He's charismatic. I've said, JJ, all due respect to my daughter's boyfriend, I'd love JJ McCarthy to come over and be my daughter's boyfriend. All right. My daughter's boyfriend's great, but JJ McCarthy, right? I mean, he's that guy. He is. He's as professional, as detailed. He's the guy too, Mike, that I think can handle the pressure that you're talking about and following a Brady and having that and all of that, right? So from that standpoint, that's where I always have kind of looked at McCarthy and gone, man, if New England could trade down a little bit and get McCarthy somewhere else, I feel like he'd be their guy. Now, what you got to worry about is you trade down to 11 and, you get Minnesota's pick. You might have to worry about a Denver or somebody getting a spot and 2 in front of you to take a J.J. McCarthy or wherever there. There's some danger there, but, I'm with you. Let's not have the guy who's raw and needs work, and just about everybody that even likes him says that. He's going to be the guy that you want to replace Tom Brady. When you say things out loud, back to our magic emailer to start the show, when you say it out loud, that doesn't make sense to me. But again, maybe they see something that, I don't or we don't.
Well, and that's the thing. You've got 32 different teams assessing these situations differently. They have their own procedures. They have their own formulas. They have their own processes. At the end of the day, no one has figured out the way to do it. No one has cracked the code, because if they did, their first-round pick every year would be a future Hall of Famer. Their second-round pick would be a potential perennial Pro Bowler, and it would be starters, and it would be great players, and no one has managed to come up with a formula, because no one knows what any of these guys are going to do until they get to the highest level of football, and they're competing with the best of the best that college football has had to offer for the past 10 years. I think of Deshaun Watson, back when he was with the Texans, and he was great right out of the gates. One of the big concerns for him coming out, too many interceptions. 17 is junior year, 13 is senior year. The windows get tighter. The openings are narrower. How are you going to fit the ball through there? And guess what he did? Well, target smaller? Okay, I'll hit it. I'll hit the target at the college level when it's bigger, and when the target's smaller, I'll hit it. And he did. And we're talking about Deshaun Watson like 2020 and previous, but so there's no way of knowing.
No,
there's no way of knowing.
No.
And if nothing else, what we talked about yesterday was Zach Wilson and the rest of the quarterbacks other than Trevor Lawrence, who is still not a top 5 franchise guy through 3 seasons. It's a cautionary tale. We get, J.J. McCarthy, Drake Maye, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Michael Penix, Bo Nix, you think if all 6 of them end up being great, that's awesome. But chances are, at best, 3 of them are going to be great. If it's 4, wow. Right? It like 2020. Justin Herbert's been great. Joe Burrow's been great. Tua Tagovailoa's been closer to great than bad.
Yeah.
And then here's Jalen Hurts, and there's more I'm not thinking of.
Jordan Love?
Yeah, Jordan Love. Holy crap, Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Jordan Love could be better than any of them by the time it's all said and done. Who knows the way he played last year when he finally got a chance to get on the field. Now, Joe Burrow might have something to say about that, but damn, Jordan Love was special last year. So, there's only here's the bottom line. If you want to be a top 5 quarterback, there's only 5 of them in the entire league at any given time. And everybody wants a top 5 quarterback. There's only ever going to be 5 who are top 5. And we got high expectations for this quarterback class, and we got teams that are desperate. And, we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Yep.
Soon. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.